Hi everyone, my name is Heather. I live in Kansas on a small ranch with my husband and 2 kids. I have 3 kids, but one's grown and out of the house. And so today I'm going to introduce you to most of the animals we have here on our little ranch. Chickens everywhere. We have lots of chickens. We do have 3 roosters, which shockingly has been okay. Those 2 do fight a lot. The guy on that guy right there is King Bee. We let our chickens free range during the day, and we lock them up in this coop that my husband built. They have access to a run through a little door right there where there's water, and then we keep the food in the coop just in case it rains. We've had a ton of rain. Everything really looks like crap right now. We've had so much rain this spring. I'm talking like 20 inches, which I bet you in the past 2 years we haven't had 20 inches of rain. So everything's a little messy right now. We do have some chicks and a couple of ducks over there that are about 3 months old, and we are integrating them with the flock. I had the other end of the pen opened up yesterday, and they were out grazing, and some of the hens came over, and they did really well. So hopefully within a couple days I can have them with the flock. That's a chicken coop that my husband built, and that's what we were using at first for everybody to roost at night, but we have so many hens that it got kind of crowded. And we had it outside, and these side doors here that go into the nesting boxes from some of the rain, they rotted out, so my husband had to fix that. Now we just have it here, and they go in. That's an automatic door. So if they want to roost in there, they can, because it closes at night. It's really nice, because you can just go over here and lift these. And there's their nesting boxes. This sweet girl is Dandelion. We call her Dandy for short. She is 2.5 months old. She's our bottle baby. She just sucked that bottle down. We used to hold the bottle for her, but as she's gotten bigger and stronger, when she's done with the bottle, she kind of does this headbutting thing, which the calves do with their mom's udders to get the milk to come down. And she's really strong, so we just feed her like that. Hey, baby. And then she grazes. There's part of our herd out there. But she hangs out with them during the day. She's probably going to take a nap. What are you doing, sweet girl? What are you doing? She is the sweetest girl. If we're home during the weekend, we let her out into the yard, and she'll run around. She follows us around. But she is a doll baby. Her mom rejected her. She's got quite a story. It's a long story. We're very, very, very thankful she made it. And I'll have to tell you guys her story sometime, because it's a long one. So this is kind of our barn and arena area. My husband's got a round pen set up over here. We do have 5 horses. I used to ride quite a bit, but I don't have a lot of time right now. I have a 15-year-old daughter. Her name's Amberly, and she is really wanting to get into riding. So my husband set that round pen up for her, and we're going to get that taken care of this summer. But this leads into a nice little barn area for the animals to come into to get out of the sun. And then in the wintertime for a wind block, that door shuts. That one doesn't, but they do really well in here. And then for the summer, we have like misters up on the edge of the barn, which we haven't had to use yet out. So our property is 200 acres. You can see the fence line right over there. And it goes up and back to that far back tree row. It goes around there. Behind that tree row, it's a house and 40 acres. And then on the other side of that tree row, we have 160 acres square. And there's a huge pond out there. We have a creek that runs through our property. So when we get a good amount of rain, we have a water source for all the animals. We still do supplement with, but that little water, big water trough out there is set up to where it waters all 3 pastures, which is awesome because we used to have 3 separate tanks, hoses strung out everywhere. So we'll show you guys how we did that, because it just makes things more efficient, and efficiency is key for us being able to make this work, because my husband and I both work full-time. We've just kind of had to learn as we go. So we're going to walk out here and see the sheep and the llamas and the cows. Good morning, girls. Okay, the cattle story is kind of a long story too. Our first 2 years, so the all brown cows right there are American red polls. That's what we started out with. So we started out with 7 heifers and 1 American red poll full. So you'll see Raven right there on the very end, and then Stormy is right next to her. But more on the cows later. I mean, we have so many stories to tell, and just things that we went through that we never dreamed we would have to go through. And these are the llamas. That is Tina. This is LaFonda. LaFonda is Tina's baby. So we went to Oklahoma, found a guy who was selling llamas, and he had a herd, a small herd. So I was able to go up there and picked the one I wanted, and I chose Tina. And when we were loading Tina up in the trailer, the guy that sold her to us was like, "Oh, she's pregnant." I was like, "What? 2 for 1." But it kind of made me nervous because I was like, "Do they need help? What do I do? How far along is she?" And he had no idea how far along she was because they're just out in the pasture. And he said, "Just watch her. They do it all on their own." And we got her in April. And in May, LaFonda was born, and she was the cutest baby we'd ever seen in our lives. She's super sweet. And the sheep. So the sheep are not generally mixed into everybody, but like I said, that's their little area back there, and we were working on fencing, and there's still an area that they slip under the fence, so we have to get that situated, hopefully this weekend before we move them back in. So the sheep that we have, they look pretty rough right now. So those are Barbados, that color, and then the whiter ones are St. Croix, and they are a haired sheep, so you don't have to shear them, they shed. And as you can see from this guy right here, he's shedding pretty well. This sweet little Peanut, she is struggling with it, but like I said, our spring has been really weird with all the rain that we had coming through and cold nights, so they haven't shed their wool very well, but they will. That's Willie. He's the ram. He's actually fairly new to our farm. We had another ram. His name was Ramses, and he attacked me. That sweet girl back there, that's Nellie. Her name is Nervous Nellie because she's the most skittish thing I've ever seen in my life. She's getting better. That is her baby out there. I cannot remember what we named her. That is Cashew because she is Peanut's baby here. And then this one right here, her name is Naomi. I call her Mama. And then out there somewhere in the 160 are the 5 horses and the rest of the herd. So the rest of the herd that's out there are the 15 calves. We had 16 calves total this year. Great births. Mamas are all taking care of them like they should. We released them out onto the 160 so they can graze, and they have the pond. And then we let Moses out to do his job. So in total we have 56 calves, calves, heifers, bull, steers. Oh, we can see them here. There they are out there. So there's our pond. Our pond hasn't been this full, you guys, I kid you not, since we lived here, since we moved here. We moved here in 2020, July 17th actually, 2020, so we're coming up on 5 years, and that pond has never been that full. Like I said, we got lots of stories, and we've got lots of things that we just want to share. I mean, this has been my husband's dream ever since the day I met him. I met him in 2009, which there's another story. We met March 10th, and we married May 1st, 2009. We've been through a lot. We've been very blessed. We just have a lot to share. Like I said, it was my husband's dream to come out here, to get land, to raise cows. You know, and whenever he was telling me this, I was like, okay, you know, all right. My family is from Southeast Kansas, so I grew up on farms, but I was never really involved because my parents were pretty city. But I've always loved this. This is like a dream come true for us. The way we got the property was just like God's hand was in it the whole time. And like I said, we've been here for almost 5 years, and you know, I've been documenting and taking pictures along the way, but just having the time to actually put it out there. I mean, there's this huge movement for people to want to get away from the city life and to be out in nature and grow your own food, and you know, just there's this movement. So you know, my husband and I, we work. My husband works sometimes over 40 hours a week. I work, and trying for 2 people to only do this by themselves, and you know, I mean, the kids help sometimes, more now that they're older. We've been through a lot, and you know, there's things that we've done that it's like, why didn't we do that 2 years ago and saved ourselves all this money and all this time? And just so our ranch has to be very efficient, and I guess the goal with us posting and sharing and showing you just a glimpse of our lives and what we've had to do, maybe we can help somebody else out there who also wants this dream, but is saying, how do I make this work whenever I work a full-time job? It's doable. I'm not going to say it's easy. And I've never worked this hard in my life, and my back hurts, and my feet hurt, and my shoulder, and my neck, and I'm a physical therapist. I know exactly what to do to take care of that, but self-care kind of goes on the wayside whenever you're taking care of over 100 animals and a family. Hershey. Come here, girl. Come here, sweet girl. So this is Hershey. She's my best friend. Hi, sweet girl. She's just my little sidekick, aren't ya? You my sweet girl. Hershey. You my sweet girl. Yes, you sweet girl. She's so happy. But that's Hershey. Hi, Chief. This is Chief. He is... he just turned 11. Hey, buddy. But he's such a sweet guy. Aren't you, Chiefy? He's an old man. Super friendly, though. I work from home, and he likes to go to the door and greet all my patients because they love him. This is our 3rd year raising pigs. This year we only got 2. Our first year we had 4. Second year we had 5, which was too many. And now we got these 2. So we have this tucked back in the tree row, which is perfect because we have them during the summer, and pigs can't sweat. They get super hot. I don't know if you can see them. So we just got these little guys, little girls, a couple days ago. They're still pretty unsure. My husband and I we're talking about names, and it's either going to be Maple and Syrup or Beans and Weenie. They're super cute. They're just kind of hanging out right now. Anytime. But yeah, the house up there. So we've got a nice shop here to keep stuff. That's kind of my husband's stuff. I have a corner for my gardening stuff. The garden this year is not, it should be great because of all the rain we've had, but I've been super late on everything. So you can kind of see my asparagus and corn out there, and I finally got like some squash and zucchini, pumpkins, melons. My peppers are doing well. Don't know if I'll get tomatoes. Lettuce, that's a whole nother story out there. Frustrating. Potatoes are out there. There's my greenhouse. That's another story. It's definitely not done, but that's new this year. It's going to be awesome. And then, yeah, there's no landscaping around the house. When we first moved in, it was completely overgrown and just everywhere surrounding the house. So out here, that means snakes and mice because I'd like to make it functional. I do have some berry bushes planted on the south side over there that are doing pretty well except for my blueberries, but I'll show you that another time. So yeah, functional yet pretty. So, you know, I want to plant things that I can use, and that's not just like, oh, I'm going to go spend $100 on a bunch of flowers that'll die in 6 months. Can't do that. 3 cats. This is Lucy. Lucy's been with us since 2017, I think, which is crazy for a farm cat. She is very, very special to us. She's a sweet girl. She's a good mouser, aren't you? Yes, you are. And she sheds. Okay, so like I said, most everything's a hot mess around here, and nothing looks perfect because we're pulled in so many directions. But these were the berry plants that I was telling you guys about. Raspberry, blackberry, there's another raspberry over there. Blueberries aren't doing so hot. I think it was too much water for them. I probably need to mulch this guy. My grape plants, we are going to trellis this weekend, which we're late getting that done. But everything's growing, so I'm super excited about that. Anyways, you guys, that's just kind of a little introduction to the animals and what we've got going on here. I hope you'll follow us along. I'm going to try to be really good at posting. I mean, just trying to, as we work on things or as we have time to show you what we've done for efficiency. I hope you guys follow along. And if you all have any suggestions on something that we could do better, because like I said, we moved here. The town we lived in is about 40 miles away. We had 5 acres, we had some chickens, and we had the dogs and cats. 3 horses. And within 5 years, got all this. And I got to get in the house because I do work today. And my first patient will be here at Show Physical Therapist. I have a treatment room in the house. My first patient will be here at 9 o'clock and it's like 8:30. So I gotta go get cleaned up. I haven't drank my coffee yet. But yeah, pajamas. Woo! Also at times like this is when somebody pulls up into the driveway and I'm like, hi.